it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. If you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you'll find me out at the sugar shack. Spring is here, and those maples are all tapped. We got cold beer, and those buckets are full of sap. So I guess it's maple syrup time again, and you can smell the maple sugar in the wind. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you find me out at the sugar shack. All here, and there's still lots of room. Let's get Wade, play that maple sugar tune, and we can boil all day and all night, and pray that the sugar comes out right. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you'll find me out at the sugar shack. All right, you know it, let's sing it. And it's a great day to be in the sugar shack. That sounds good. Have a few drinks while we boil down the sack. It's as sweet as maple syrup. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm here, but you find me out at the sugar shack. And if you're looking for me, I don't know when I'll be back, but you find me out at the sugar shack. Hey Jeff, is that getting close? You'll find me out at the sugar shack. Oh, it smells good, brother. You'll find me out at the sugar shack. I think we better take off our batch. Hey man, we're waiting on you at the sugar shack.
Hee-haw! That's about all I'm going to be able to say tonight, but that's okay. Because there's a I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. It's been quite an adventure the last couple weeks. But you know, we're starting to get a little better, little bit by little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's go and say hello to everybody. We got Juan Perez and Joe Fix It For You, Troy Sutton, Virginia Alexandra, Xander. We have gathered together Homestead. Howdy. Rebecca. Touching her yarn. Welcome, Rebecca. I truly appreciate you stopping by. We got Mother Ann. Hi, Mama. Sure glad. You still on your trip, Mama, or are you home already? And if you're not, I hope you have very good weather on the way home. And we have Grace and Fire. Gillum Farms. Hey, Johnny. Xander, my friend was looking at Alaska cruise through Costco, starting at $5,000. Yeah, but that doesn't include insurance. That doesn't include beverages. That doesn't include onboard credit. That doesn't booze. That's probably an inside cabin also. That's not a balcony. Yeah, let them know. We'd love to have more people come with us. We're up. We're hovering around the 40 mark, and I got a message from Peter, and he's actually shared that around NCL's office. Now, I haven't heard any more. He just asked if he could, and I said, well, it is copyrighted by Critter Creek, Mickey. And I said, I don't care if other people shared it or whatever, but they leave your contact info on it and they don't edit it in any way without Mickey's permission. And that goes for anybody. This is Mickey's commercial. And Mickey's the only one that is going to do any editing on it, including Jesse and I. So it is making its way through NCL right now. I'm hoping to get some feedback, and you never know what Mickey might be able to pull out of NCL for doing stuff for them. So we've got, I already said hello to Virginia, Johnny, Xander, Joe's back, Heather, Landrix, whoa, Heather. What else we got? Mama. Oh, you can buy resorts at Costco, Johnny, but you want to know what? They're more expensive. We looked. We checked cruises and we checked resorts. And we can get them a lot cheaper to book by ourselves or even through a travel agent. Oh, and there's Aunt Lynn. Goodness gracious. We got the whole family in the house. Linda Peterson. Linda. Morning, everybody. Linda, you might be a little confused, but that's okay. The Bud Files. Howdy. Thanks for coming. And the one, the only, Lori's Prepping for Heaven. Hello, Miss Lori. Hopefully you had a good week. And I tell you what, anybody that gets down with this pneumonia, if you're prone to pneumonia like me, I get it every year. Do not wait. Because it has been darn near impossible. Already one set of antibiotics through. Depending on the doctor that's in tomorrow, whenever Debbie gets into work, she'll send me a message. And I'll go back over and get some more antibiotics. Because it's trying to get in with my doctors like trying to pull a bunch of teeth out of a hen. Not gonna do it. What do we got? We got Angie, our cabin in the woods. Oh. We got MT Homestead. Not a whole punctuation. I'm going to say it's Mike. or Tired Terry. I'm not sure which. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I do believe we have. I'm just about at the bottom. Yay. Hey, Christian. Hopefully, you guys are warming up down south. Because, well, y'all need to warm up. Oh, there's the one, the only sweet Miss Ann. She's today's sponsor. So don't forget, for all your little sniffly, wiggly, waggly things, go see AndaleHomestead.com and she will fix you up. If she ain't got it, she'll know where to get it. So, and you gotta get yourself Uncle Wayne's crooked spoon. Tell you what, guys, that is going to be a keepsake. We got Lee, Fisherman 506. There's Mr. Jim. Knock, knock. Come on in, brother. Only if you send me up a truckload of warm weather from Central Florida. And I'll send you down a big old batch of snow. So we got a little bit more, but not much. But this might just put enough that we're going to have we have our fingers crossed, our toes crossed that this is going to be a good maple syrup season. And there, Freedom Redbird. I'm telling you what, if you can't sleep tonight, she comes on after me about 10 o'clock, and she boogies all night long. I've been up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're still going. They're one or two or three, or maybe even 4 drinks into it, but they've had a few wobbly pops. There you go, Miss Ann. Put down the website for you. www.andalehomestead.com. And we thank Miss Ann for being tonight's sponsor. I'm going to a maple syrup festival next Saturday. Well, you have fun. We're not even tapping up here yet. Usually not till the earliest I've ever tapped would be like not this weekend, but next weekend. But normally it's the second week in March we start tapping. Brenda's on at 9 p.m. tonight. Yeah, 10 p.m. Central or 10 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. I can't figure out. I've got too many time zones just banging around up here. It hurts. This weekend, not next. All right. Well, you have fun. 34 Fahrenheit this morning at sunup. 46 now. Ooh, Mr. Jim. You're going to need a hoodie and some extra insulated drawers. That's cold for you folks. You better not be freezing my orange juice. Just saying. I do like orange juice from Florida. And let's face it, California burnt all their oranges. So the only one that we're hoping we can get some oranges. Glenda, do you know the local festival here? Well, why don't Aunt Lynn, why don't I just bring her up and we'll let her see?
Well, first of all, we're going to address the funny sound I've got coming out of my mouth.
She sounds like a mouse.
Oh my gosh. I sound horrible. Hi, Ronnie. I sound horrible.
Hello.
I have been sick all week. I've been in bed, and today is my first day. I'm out. I have tons of energy. My voice is still on strike.
Sounds like she swallowed a squeaker.
Scott sent me the link and said, "Why don't you join me?" So I said, "I got an interview for this. You got to hear my voice before I come up." So squeak, squeak.
Yeah, squeak, squeak.
So Aunt Lynn, yes, I knew about this this maple syrup festival. I had them on my radar, and I just realized tomorrow's the first day. I had to go back and look at it. I've been wanting to go for a while, so hit me up later. We'll talk.
Hi, Brenda.
Thank you. I use all the prayers. I'm on the mend. I got my tea, my herbal tea.
If I could get rid of the dizziness and the cough, like the chest congestion, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. You guys don't breathe on me down here, okay?
Well, I will do my
best. Stay down here in the basement. Don't.
I will do my best. I had the flu, is what I had. So,
yeah, she had the flu, and I have pneumonia. And so long as you don't kiss me, I'm not going to kiss you, and we're good.
I'll put a rag over you, okay? So I'll try to get over that.
Yeah, I'll be down. Like Skull Bandit down here.
No. Yeah. Is that Johnny? Yeah, he doesn't want to get sick.
Hey, Lord.
I think I need some of those products. This is a good night for a sponsorship. This girl doesn't sound very good. What should I take, Miss Ann? I've been sipping on herbal tea and honey, but
well, first of all, you should get the squeaker out.
No, right? Let me just get it right. It's right in there.
Yes, I am actually home, Lori. I'm back. I'm first night home since what? I guess it was Tuesday morning whenever I left.
So are you're done now for a little bit, or you still got?
Well, we're tonight. I think it's a lot warmer tonight. It's only going to be like 14, and I mean it's going to be 14 tonight. That's a lot warmer than we've been.
Yeah.
But I've got enough water opened up that I think it'll be fine, and we don't have any calves that are due probably this week. So
you're good then.
We'll be good. All the calves did fantastic throughout all that stuff. We had some pretty down there weather, and we still have. I mean, it's not like where you're at, Scott. Okay, or maybe not even like where you're at, Glenda, but we still have, here probably 3.5, 4 inches of snow on the ground here,
and that's quite a bit, Johnny. Like for you guys, it is. You guys just don't have the same kind of equipment that we do.
I heard you the other day say something about tires and stuff like that, and I'm like, we got the same tires you guys got up there.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys have winter tires?
No tires.
We have all kinds of tires. We have every tire we want.
We run snow tires up here, and actually the Maritimes, they run studded tires on their roads. You want to see their roads.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, that starts in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, and Newfoundland. They're allowed to run studded tires.
We can run studded tires here if we want to. We just don't want to. Because we'd only be able to run them for like a day, and then we'd have to take them off because they clean the roads off.
Oh my goodness. The road just that I used to drive on, it was crazy. Even studded tires might make it a little smoother. Ooh. potholes and everything from the hotel up to where Tin Killer is. Oh, wow. You miss Judge, or I was talking. I went down, got Jesse, and we went to breakfast, and then we were going back down. We were sitting there chatting, and I missed one of the potholes. It was like, bang! Like, oh.
Is that hill going up the hill? At the very top almost.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there was a hole in that road right there. And my gosh, that thing would tear your teeth out. And I'm sure it run a few wheels too. They fixed it now, kinda. They threw stuff in it, but
yeah,
they're illegal in Massachusetts because of the wreckage of the roads. You are to get 60, 70 by Sunday. Yes, we are. We're supposed to warm right up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Miss Ann, I wrote that down. I've got everything. I got it all.
That's one thing I cannot put in my mouth because it would come back out is green tea.
Oh, I love green tea.
Debbie and the girls, they love it. I cannot stomach it.
Well, I used to hate it. I'm not going to lie. I shouldn't say I've always liked green tea. It's in the recent years as I've gotten older, but I used to live in Japan, and I worked for the daycare center on base, and we had a friendship thing. And the one thing I appreciated about being overseas is that we always tried to work with our counterparts, educate each other. So the daycare center are on the military installation, and then a local one. We had like a friendship type thing where the workers went from, both daycare centers to kind of see how each of them were ran. And in Japan, when you live over there, when you get something to eat or drink, you have to eat or drink everything. Otherwise, you have offended them and horribly offended them. And so I had never had green tea before. And they passed each of us green tea when we went to visit their daycare center. And I took one sip of it and I thought, I don't know how to chug this down. So we waited for our host to turn around. And then me and the girl switched cups real quick, and she just finished it off for me. So but now I love it, but I like things that are like bitter. I am that bitter person. It's okay. I can own it. I don't have to have sweetener in it. I grow stevia. So if I'm going to have anything sweet in it, I will add my own homegrown stevia. But otherwise I like green tea bitter, and I'll even make it iced tea too. And it's good. So I can chug this. I can chug it down. What's probably going to get me is the garlic, but I have freeze-dried garlic and freeze-dried turmeric. So I'm going to go for it.
What? Hey, you even look at my little concoction that I drink daily.
Yeah.
The first week I had to choke it down, but I'm like, well, do I just go without and then end up having pills for my liver? Do I try to combat this before I get that far? Well, and now I actually enjoy having, the lemon, the ginger, and just a wee little bit of honey.
Yeah.
And it's fabulous.
Well, I thought about trying the one drink that's famous from Kentucky that when you're sick, you take. My mother will know this story. So I'm just going to say a hot toddy. That's all I'm going to say. I've thought about that too, because I thought maybe that'll kind of get a girl going. I have some good bourbon. So. Well,
it would definitely, you would sweat it out.
Yeah, whatever is left, just go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going live tomorrow night, so we'll see how my voice is. You'll have to come back, everybody, and let's see if it goes. I'll try all this stuff, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, there's Mama with the LOL. So yeah.
So when I
had one or two hot toddies.
Yeah. We have a funny story in our family. It's just kind of a family story. That's why she's laughing about the hot toddy.
Oh yeah, Aunt Lynn. Right.
Hot toddy.
Hot toddy.
Well, I have to tell you, my oldest came back from California. She has her own business. And so she went out to California on a business trip and she came home and she got so sick and it was so late at night. So she stayed the night with us. She lives a few hours from here. So she stayed the night with us and she goes, Mom, do you have any meds to help? And I went, no, sweetheart. She goes, Mom, I said, I'll make you a hot toddy. I got the good bourbon out. She's like, whoa, we're going with the good stuff, aren't we? And so I made it and she drank a couple of them, but I'm like, I only get the good stuff out for the good people. So,
Oh my goodness, a couple good strong hits of a couple strong hot toddies. Wow.
Yeah, and it was the
she would have slept like a baby.
Yeah, she did. It was the Woodford Farms double barrel. That's all I buy. Unless I'm making vanilla, I'll buy the cheap stuff, but it's the really good bottles like this big. It's so good.
I wish we could buy cheap bourbon up here.
I wish y'all were closer because I'd take y'all to Costco. That's the cheapest place I know to get it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Even with living in bourbon country, Costco, go to Costco. Yeah.
Now, Jesse gets the odd time from Costco bourbon flavored maple syrup.
We get it too. Yeah, it's good.
It's not my maple syrup, but we actually had a test one whenever we were in New Orleans. Jesse brought some of my maple syrup, some of Tony's maple syrup, and then we had the bourbon. So we had candied bacon, and here we are dipping it in maple syrup.
Oh man!
Everybody just kind of looked at us.
Well, I like a good bourbon. That's like, if I'm gonna have a good drink, that's like what I enjoy the most. I'm that girl. Again, the bitter drink. I like the hard bourbon. You know, don't get me. I mean, I like wine, but we get a local wine and they put their wine in bourbon barrels and they have a blackberry one and that's really good.
Yeah. Troy just sent me a message here. He said they're already starting to boil their maple syrup down there.
Mm.
And I'm not sure where. I think he's in West Virginia, isn't he? You're in West Virginia, aren't you, Troy?
That would make sense because I think we're kind of the same grow zone, so the same temperatures. And tomorrow they're boiling. They're starting.
I can't believe it, but what's their name? Boxalls. They're a maple syrup producer. I think they tap 50,000 trees.
Wow.
They collect with a milk truck.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of maple syrup.
But there's 3 families that live off their maple syrup, and then her brother and father also do cattle.
Oh,
I think they milk though.
okay.
I don't think beef.
Dairy, yeah.
And they're not that far from me. They're only they'd be about 2 hours down upstate New York from where. Speaking of upstate New York, I got to head down there this week.
Oh.
Well, I haven't been to my my place where all my stuff goes. I haven't been down to pick up any of my stuff since. Hey, Alone, how are you? Nice to see you. Hopefully, all's going well in Alaska. And you be good to Alaska so that it's really pretty whenever we get there.
I know. I'm looking forward to that trip. We just got our passports all in this week. So we're set on that one.
Yeah, Kyle was supposed to get his on Monday and it still isn't here. So they said give it a week or so. And if not, just go back in. They'll do a trace on it.
They said 6 weeks for us. And I'm going to say we were right at 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, Kyle was 5 weeks. Was Monday. So it'll be 6 weeks next Monday. So Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing that we have to do. Update for anybody going on the trip. Make sure you have your passport done. And really that's about it. Check for excursions.
Yeah.
You know, I know Jerry's looking at fishing. So I don't know, Jerry, are you in here? Did you find a good one yet? I know he's looking at Prudhoe Bay. Don't. Wow.
I'm still sitting here trying to not throw up my mouth a little bit from you guys talking about green tea.
Oh, I'm right there with you, brother. I cannot stomach green tea. There's something I would rather take and chew on a piece of bark.
Sole of, you know, so, yeah, maybe the sole of your shoe or something like that, or your boot.
Yeah, I'd even chew on my shoe before I.
That inner thing, you know, you could probably dip that in water and make about as good as green tea. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking then. So there's that.
Yeah.
I like another tea called PG Tips. It's from England. And that's a good one. If you like tea, like a good Earl Grey tea, it's really good.
Like
Green
a tea, like a good Lipton.
Like, yeah, Lipton. I've turned into one of these girls living in England. I mean, for 4 years,
So you're a tea snob? Is that what you are?
Orange. Well, you got your orange pico, and you know that I don't mind that with just a hint of milk, but
a little bit, and then having tea time with sandwiches and
tea and crumpets,
scones with clotted cream and jam. That's really good.
I actually had some amazing scones whenever I was in Toronto at my conference.
Yeah.
Oh,
your pinky up when you drink it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. That's just the way you gotta drink your tea.
That's right. Aunt Lynn said it right. I'm glad she's a tea snob because she only gives her the best. I only give Aunt Lynn the best. That's right. And Sir Grace, he's been drinking up on tea, which he doesn't normally drink tea. And he actually broke out my tea box. He's got a little something going on with his throat too. And so he's a lot of tips. Aunt Lynn, you need some more tea? I'll hook you up. We go to this place called Jungle Gyms, and it's in Cincinnati, and it's an international food store. And if you go, you have to wear tennis shoes because you'll be in this grocery store for at least 3 hours minimum. There's no way you can get out of this grocery store fast. No way. And it is crazy the amount of stuff that they have in there from all over the world. So if you're looking for any kind of like chocolates or candy, or you're looking for any kind of, like if you lived in, like for people who were in the military, if you lived in Korea, you can find all the Korean foods there. Or if you were in Italy, you can find all kinds of Italian foods, French foods, Jewish foods. Yeah, it's really a neat place to go. So that's where I got a lot of tea that Aunt Lynn knows. I buy the best of the best because I lived in some places and I know what's good and what isn't.
Yeah, g'day, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
I just, I've got to be in the right mood to even have like a orange pico or Tetley red rose or one of those. I got to be in the right mood. But
this one is a detox. It's a liver detox tea, right? No, it's a sleep tea. The Tulsi. I grabbed the wrong one.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I'm a Dr. Pepper and peanuts kind of person.
I gotta talk to you about that. I was watching you drink that with your peanuts and thinking, how do you not choke on that thing? I wanted to say something. And I thought, I don't want to sound weird, but I kept watching you and I'm
You
like,
get to eat and drink at the same exact time. It's awesome.
It is the perfect mix of
It's
sweet
the best thing ever. I'm
and
telling
salt. Yep.
okay, so the way that you feel about green tea is the way that I feel about peanuts and Dr. Pepper.
you. No, they ain't even.
It is.
Yeah, you know that green tea that's about like pineapple on pizza.
No. Oh man.
Oh well, that's good.
That's good. Especially if it's
the
grilled,
nastiest stuff ever.
grilled pineapple on pizza, even better. You've taken it over the edge.
Lori, there you go, Lori. I like Lipton. There we go. We're not tea snobs down here.
Well, in my area, they aren't either, but I am. I got hooked on some good stuff.
I was gonna say, but you lived in England for how long?
4 years.
So, down there, they don't really drink that much coffee. It's more tea, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to church in a local village, and our pastor was English. And so we'd after church, we'd have dinners or whatnot, and we had all kinds of good teas and things. Of course, they had coffee for the Americans that were there because they were trying to keep us happy, I guess. But I drank the tea. They were good people. We had a really nice church. They also had chickens behind the church. The pastor, he was so sweet. He always felt bad because we couldn't have chickens on base. It's not a thing. You can't have chickens on a military installation. I don't understand why, because they'll peck your eyes out. They're vicious little things. But anyhow, he got chickens and he had them put on the property at the church so that way all the kids could run around and play with chickens. The American kids weren't left out. I thought that was really sweet of him.
Amen, Jesse.
It is. And if it's grilled pineapple on pizza, like take that extra step, grill it. Mm-hmm.
And hot peppers, just enough to give it a bit of a kick. Oh,
I love hot peppers. Hot peppers don't love me, so I had to back off, but I love hot peppers.
Speaking of hot peppers, we ate at Jose's this evening. Me and Christine did.
Okay.
And they gave me a pepper that had my nose running, my eyes watering, all that good. And Christine's looking at me. I'm trying to find anything I can to drink, and I'm going, it's so good. And she said, why do you think that is so good? I said, because you feel like you're alive when you're eating it.
There's that.
Your senses, Oh, it was good.
Have you guys got this stuff whenever you order stuff through?
Oh, yeah. We get that. It's sticker mule.
Yeah, it's sticker mule, but it's mule sauce.
Yeah,
I love it, especially on pizza. You just dab it along your pizza and then eat it. Oh my goodness, this stuff's good. This is the first time I guess I've spent enough money. I think I got 4 packages, but I got 3 left. Exactly, Jesse. A spoonful of sugar and it all goes away.
Angie, wait till tomorrow. Dunking my butt in the bowl. No, I'll be fine tomorrow.
The steam come out.
Spoonful of sugar would have given me some relief. Well, I didn't have a spoonful of sugar, Jesse. Here, let me reach in my pocket and get a spoonful of sugar.
Good. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I've heard that somewhere.
As long as if you can find like a flat pop, like a flat ginger ale,
yeah,
it works better than milk. But it's the carbonation that makes it go crazy. So you got to make sure it's not carbonated.
Hawaiian pizza, yes, please. Aunt Lynn's, she's a Hawaiian pizza lover too.
Sure, the restaurant would have given me some if I asked.
Well, it depends if they have coffee.
I'm busy drinking Dr. Pepper to, worry about a spoonful of sugar. But anyway, it's good to know that I can, if I happen to be somewhere that has a sugar bowl on the table, that maybe I won't find them out.
We have the little containers.
Carry some sugar packets in my pocket, and I can
emergency
one open, eat a pepper, and then swig a sugar packet real quick. Hey, Tony, good to see you.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
I honestly didn't believe it until I tried it myself, and I'm like, wow. Okay.
But I'll tell you what, it was good. We went. My daughter went to Jose's about a week and a half ago, and she went to eat, and the waitress there asked, "Where's your dad been?" Because I haven't eaten there in like 3 months.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And the waitress asked her where I had been, and so I told Christine I feel like I need to go now, so we went and ate there. And but anyway, so because I eat there so much that they knew me, they know exactly what I want. I don't even have to tell them. I can just say, just give me what I usually get, and they know what to make and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, hey, Ginger.
Yep. Gingin's in the house.
Yes, she's here.
Yes, pineapple does not belong on pizza. There you go. And
Virginia.
I'll go one further for you, Virginia. I don't think pineapple should be a food group.
Oh, yes.
I don't even think it should be considered as food. I think it should be like, maybe something that you feed to animals or something like that, maybe.
No.
Maybe.
No. The grilled pineapple is the best. Just throw it on the grill.
I hear if you turn it upside down on the ship and put it on your door, it's a smoother ride.
I had to explain that thing to my mother. She didn't know.
Did you really?
I know. Mom, are you still here? I had explained the pineapple people. My poor mother. God love her.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
It's not for YouTube, but be careful with how you put your pineapple.
Well, I'd be swinging.
So I was born in Hawaii, and pineapples in Hawaii is a friendship. It's a welcome to my home. It's got a really good symbol, and that's where my mother was coming from. So it's got a.
And if you turn it upside down on
the pineapple people. No, thank you. No pineapples on my door, please, and thank you.
You just walk in.
Be like, no, thank you. No, I'm happily married. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll leave it like that, Johnny. That was your clue. I'm happily married.
Yeah, I'd be swinging.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Miss Ann.
Sounds like something that's carried over from Vegas or something like that. But anyway,
we'll explain it later.
Oh, I've already got the gist of it from reading the chat over here.
The bidet man is giving me trouble for going there.
You had to go there. Well, and I added to it. And Ginger, my voice is on strike. I've been sick all week. I had the flu. And
don't listen to her, Ginger.
I'm just making up this sound, just because I thought this sounded so good. I have a frog right here. So
she ate the pupper squeaker.
I did. Yeah, that's one that Lisa sent. I ate that squeaker. So now I just talk, and the dog is like, Can I get it? Can we run with Mom up and down the hallway? Squeaky, squeaky.
Yeah. And also Sir Grace just comes up behind her and gives her a big hug, and she goes, hey.
So I've got recipe with green tea, honey, garlic, onion powder, turmeric, cayenne, and regular pepper down. I'm going to try it. We're going to chug it and come back tomorrow and see how I sound. I'm going to chug it tonight.
Oh, well, that's what I told her, Jin. She didn't, I knew she was sick, and she's like, I'm okay. It's just my voice.
Auditioned for him earlier when he sent me the link. I said, you got to hear my voice first. Before we get going, you got to hear my voice. It's like, buyer beware what you're bringing up on the channel tonight.
Yeah. And Johnny's the only one that's not sick.
I know.
Yeah,
So,
I'm getting sick down here listening to you two,
so
though.
we're putting,
Pineapple, green
covering up.
tea.
We're covering up Johnny, so I don't.
Hey, don't be putting me in that same group, brother. I'm with you on that one.
Gosh. I mean,
No.
all right, let's start talking about eating possum then. I
Okay.
like a good possum.
I've never tried possum, but I've tried squirrel.
I've had squirrel.
Squirrel's not the same as possum.
No?
No.
And my grandfather used to hunt squirrel and rabbit. And then they'd soak it in milk and tell me it tasted like chicken. And
They'd tell you it tastes like chicken.
yeah, nasty. I could tell a difference. And I know I'm going to go against the grain, but Sir Grace and I are different. I don't care for venison. I have tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it. I know. I want to like it. Now, Sir Grace,
I hope we end up somewhere together sometime where we can actually cook something.
Yeah.
Because you will like it. I'm telling you.
Well,
If Christine cooks your venison,
yeah,
you will like it.
I'm wondering, was there a lot of tallow left on it? Like, is that because tallow
lean.
gives you that?
It seemed lean, but it was in chili, and I could taste it. It's gamey, like it's real strong gamey to me. So I need the gaminess taken out.
I'll tell you
and
what.
I won't give up. I'll try it again. I'm not against it, but so far
I always fry it up with onions first. That usually takes care of all the gamey taste.
Hey, Jamie.
I won't give up on it.
So, whenever I was growing up, pretty much if we caught it or killed it or whatever, other than I've never eaten coyote. Let's just put it that way. I've eaten bobcat. Bobcat's actually good. Bear, don't care for it. Don't care for raccoon either.
Yeah.
Possum is edible, and the reason I don't like raccoon or bear is because it coats your tongue and the roof of your mouth with a kind of
the fatty taste.
And you just sit there and go,
yeah, no.
The whole time you're trying to get it off. And but anyway, but possum is edible, and I got a story about that.
Okay.
So I caught a possum one day. Me and my friend were trapping, and I caught this possum, and we were hungry. We hadn't had lunch yet. So whenever I was a kid, I did a lot of trapping. And folks out there in the chat, if you don't like that kind of stuff, just kind of go la 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 and then do all that. But anyway, we're homesteaders, right? Okay. There you
go. Amen.
All right.
I'm a family of homesteaders.
So what we did was we skin it. Okay. So then we have the hide, and the hide at that time, the hide on that possum was worth about $4. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Possums weren't worth a lot, but we made a fire right there on the creek bank and we ate it, and it was actually very good. And you know what else we used to eat? We have eaten birds, and I'm not talking about quail and pheasant and things like that. I'm talking about meadowlark or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We would eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, you cannot hardly tell meadowlark from quail.
Oh, okay.
It's that good. So just saying.
Wow.
I know I think there's laws against it now or something like that, but whenever we were kids, we didn't know any better.
Right.
So I'm past the how you say it.
Amen, Lee.
Whenever the statute of limitations or whatever, we're past that. So I'm all good. Yeah, if you hunt it, you eat it. There you go.
That's right.
Yep, birds.
I'm certainly not against it. My grandfather would hunt, and then when he couldn't hunt no more, my cousins would go hunt the things that he liked, and they'd get it ready and prepare it and soak it in milk a lot of times, and it made my grandpa happy. But now my cousins have that reign, and I enjoy seeing their pictures. online and cheering them on. And one of them has a son that's picked it up and kept going. So I'm 100% for it. I just have to get through the gaminess. I think that's my issue. It's a taste problem. Something.
And venison does have a different taste to it.
It does.
But
But
it's not necessarily a
no,
gamey taste.
I wouldn't call it
Didn't have-
gamey.
Okay, well, I don't know what else to call it, but to me, it's kind of gamey. It's what I'm calling it.
Yeah, like, and moose is it's just a little bit leaner than what a cow would be.
I've never had moose.
But it's actually healthier for you.
Yeah.
So moose, venison, and Highland are the only meat sources that are recommended for heart and stroke that you can have with, obviously limitations.
Right.
You can eat because it's so lean.
Now I've had bison. The bison's good.
Yeah, I like bison. I really do.
It's very expensive up here. Like we live, we have a beefalo farm, which is a mix of the two, and then we have a bison farm. Yeah. And the bison farm, I think they want like $16 for a pound of hamburger.
Yeah, it's about the same here.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And let's face it. Oh, you're not late, Cynthia. It's all good. You just come on in and pull up a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously you can't hunt them unless they're farmed.
Right.
And it costs so much money to raise buffalo.
Right.
Or bison,
Mainly because of the fencing.
Mm-hmm.
What you have to do in order to be able to keep them in. I mean, you can raise them kind of like cattle. You just can't you have to keep them behind pipe the whole time. Either that or a woven fence that's just unbelievably tall and stout in order to keep bison in. But we used to go to Woolly Rock all the time, and Woolly Rock is a place here in Oklahoma that was made. It was the actual home of. You've heard of Phillips Petroleum, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've never heard of Phillips Petroleum? Okay.
No.
Down here in Oklahoma, Phillips Petroleum was a really big thing. Phillips 66 stations, et cetera, that was Phillips Petroleum.
Oh, okay.
Well, they, I can't remember his first name, but Mr. Phillips, I'm going to call him John Phillips, because I actually believe that was his name. His home there, they made all the land there like into an animal park. So they have bison running all around, and they have, all kinds of different animals running around there. But they have so many bison that they sell the meat at, like they have this restaurant there, and they sell the bison meat there. So you get buffalo burgers, et cetera, and man, it is really, really good. I'm sure Josh Sherman, who's Spanky's in here, he knows what I'm talking about.
Just saw Spanky come in.
Woolly Rock.
Gosh.
So, but boy, it is good. And Frank Phillips, that's who it was. Frank. Yep. I just got. I had to call a friend, and it popped up on my screen. Frank Phillips. So.
That's it. Phone a friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to get something more to drink. I feel like I'm gonna start choking if I don't. So.
You got to go to Costco and get some.
I'll be back with my green tea.
Hey, Rochelle.
That's just nasty talk.
Hey, Dale. Good to see you.
Hey, Dale.
Rochelle? In a park for myself. I had 3 bison up north in Wisconsin and a park for myself. Well, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, I would, that's one thing I would be interested in, except for the expense of trying to keep them in and stuff like that. I've had you playing in the background while I was sewing, says Rochelle.
You sow away, girl. If she's not sowing seed outside and planting flowers, she's making clothes.
All right, I got something for all you folks out there. Whenever you get your Doge check, your Doge or Doge or whatever, whenever you get your Doge, you can go on the cruise with us to Alaska. Just saying. So Scott's kind of zoned out.
No, I'm just trying to. I just clicked in who you're talking about now, but
No, I know you won't
know
be
you were getting checks.
Yeah.
Aunt Lynn's Doge check.
Yep. Whenever you get your Doge or Doge check, we can all go on the big boat.
As long as you get it by the 25th of April, you get the deal.
Or at least we can refurbish what we spent. Let's just put it that way.
There you go.
Buy some silver. Tony's going to buy some silver with his. Nice. Doggy check.
Well, silver's down right now. If you're going to buy now.
Yeah, we might need that. I can hardly wait till they do that cruise through Fort Knox deal video.
Well, apparently, 3 have already went, and the one that wanted to go through couldn't go because they moved it. They wanted to see the lunar eclipse or something. I don't know. Yes, I was going to say, Rochelle, I just cashed my Dougie check today too.
$200 Dougie check.
Election checks. Yep.
All right. There is Jesse telling us exactly why it's called Phillips 66. Specific gravity of the gasoline was close to 66. Disputed the car testing. The fuel did 66 miles per hour, and the test took place on U.S. Route 66. So the naming was voted Phillips 66. Isn't that awesome?
Good deal.
Gold is rich in my blood. The lunar eclipse versus the cruise. Really? Take the cruise. Yeah. Just watch the lunar eclipse. You can watch the lunar eclipse on TV.
Yeah. No, they wanted to. There's something about Fort Knox and the eclipse that I don't know. That's just. I watched a documentary last night, I think, and I want to buy gold. You know what, Tony? Gold is so high right now. I'd wait, let it crash, and then buy gold. Silver right now is on the way up, and you're going to see gold's going to start heading down.
Got to pan it or mine it.
What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
Got it. Rochelle said you got to pan it. I said you got to pan it or mine it.
Yeah. And
should have bought gold. Yeah, it's just like everything else. You should have bought it, like 100 years ago. The next best time to buy it is like yesterday.
Yeah. So, Ginger, no, we don't get election checks. This is something that he gave out. Instead of putting it in health care, he gave everybody over the age of 18 a check for $200.
Who was that?
Uncle Dougie.
Who's Doug?
The Premier of Ontario.
Oh, okay. Sound like a payoff.
Hey, Nobody was over my shoulder whenever I voted. Nobody was over my shoulder whenever I voted today. So Uncle Doug don't know what I did.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, we had our early polls started Wednesday, I think, and we went today just to get it over and done with. And
hey, highlight what Rochelle put on there at 8:01.
What's that?
Highlight Rochelle's comment right there. It says it makes no sense. Like, keep the money and get us a GD hospital. Oh man.
So that you let go of nurses to give everybody a check for $200.
Where's my $2? There you go, Dale.
Yeah, where's my $200?
Oh my gosh, boss fly out, Joey. It's getting fun now.
I heard all that. That's pretty funny.
I want your vote check, says Jesse.
Oh, I know, eh? The old Santa Claus is trying to steal our friggin' $200.
Oh my gosh.
I'll probably have that spent by 1 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
it 200 Canadian?
Yep.
So tell me something. How much is that in Jesse? Look this up for us. You're out there. How much is 200 Canadian?
Our dollar's gone up a wee bit, not much. So it's still about what, $1.32 per.
What?
So it would be 165 maybe US 160. No, per person, Aunt Lynn.
For every dollar, US dollar, it's $1.
Yeah, so you and cameraman would have got $400 for your house.
$1 what?
It's
$40.6.
For every US $1, it is $1.42. So then let me turn it the other way around.
Oh, and I got exciting news. I've only got $1,700 and my furnace is paid off. Yeah.
So whenever we go to Canada, right? Because we're going to stop in Canada at some point on our
yeah, for a quick 4 hours. Yeah.
So our money will be worth
more.
Oh yeah. For every dollar of yours, you will get $1.35 of ours.
So it'll be so to turn it the other way around, if we're buying something in Canada, it's basically 70 cents for every US dollar.
Roughly, yeah.
70 cents. Does that make sense?
Now it all depends on what happens between now and August. It could come up a lot because they're talking that we should have a federal election yet too. So,
and so the other thing is use the credit card. You'll get even better deal. Don't use cash.
Oh, okay.
When you do international,
yeah,
it's actually, it goes even for the Canadians. Use your credit card if you're buying anything in the U.S.
Wow, Brampton. The census for Brampton is just under 900,000 folks, and we have one hospital. Holy cow.
Now, it's a fairly large hospital, but their wait times are still like crazy. And even with us, Ottawa has figured out that our little hospital, you only wait an hour or two and you're gone. Well, it's a 12-hour plus wait in Ottawa, so they all come to us, our hospital now, and it's like
so yeah, that's horrible, Brampton. I'm sorry. I mean, elections have consequences, guys.
So in our major city, we have 1.126 million, and there are 5 hospital networks.
Yep.
Networks. I'm not talking about hospitals.
We have 2 in Tahlequah.
We have 5.
Well, you would have what? Just a public, and then do you have like a native one for your?
We have an Indian hospital, and then we have the other hospital. But you got to realize most everybody's native over here. It's like me.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Christine's native.
Yeah.
Yeah, our family motto is just don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt. Amen.
Just don't get hurt.
Take
the salt off the table and get rid of it. Let's see what else.
Although I don't know.
She'd be faster to go up to Barry, like up north of where she is.
Keep a lot of super glue on hand, Rochelle. I hear it's good for closing wounds and.
Yeah.
So I have a question, because you're on the National Health System, NHS, right? Are you NHS, Scott? Is that what you guys? Okay. So over in England, I don't know if it's the same since you guys are owned by.
No.
Okay. When my mother came over, we didn't know what was going to happen. She got really ill. She had got food poisoning from the military base. We had a big carnival-y type thing. And I had to take her to Cambridge Hospital. And we thought for sure they were going to send a bill or something. We got nothing from that. It was free. She got free health care going in.
Now, did she have to show her insurance from the U.S.?
She took it with her, but she did not. She got free treatment. She needed it. It ended up working out because my mom was so sick. It was in 2005.
Was she illegal?
She had a passport.
Oh,
she had a passport.
I was going to say if she was illegal, that explained it.
I know. U.S. passport. And I'm glad my mother got sick, and not saying that in a mean way, but she prevented us from going to London. We were supposed to have gone to London this particular day, me and my youngest. And she was so sick that my friend called me and said, "Hey, your mom's feeling better. Why don't you come over and we'll have a proper English tea?" And I said, "Okay, great." So we went, and she had a bunch of British pounds. She said, "Let's go grocery shopping." So we went grocery shopping afterwards so she could spend it. We come back to the base, and everybody's geared up. Guns are out. Dogs are out. I mean, and it was scary. My mother sits down in the chair like this. And I went, "Mother, give me your passport. Give me your base ID. Sit yourself up in the seat." And she's sitting up, but she's looking out like, "Oh my gosh, Glenda, something's wrong. Something's wrong." I said, "There's nothing wrong." We get home. Remember the old answering machines? I had at least 15 messages on the answering machines. "Glenda, please tell me you didn't go to London. Please tell me you didn't go to London." And the London attack had happened. We were supposed to have been in London on the day of the London attack. So I'm grateful my mother got sick, but I learned about the medical system too. And it saved our lives because we would have done the big bus tour, the tube and everything.
Yeah. Like we have the England, the British Commonwealth, but we only give them money. They really they do their little tour around Canada every now and again, but they just come for their big check. And there's a lot of Canadians that are like, "Why are we paying? We don't get anything."
No, and the tax is high too.
I love it.
I know, like England's when we were there was 17.5%, and I think they're up to like 21.5% now.
Mm-hmm.
Rochelle said it would be faster for me to fly to Cuba and go to the hospital than go to our
She's not joking. They probably wait anywhere from 12 to 16 hours.
I think fly to England, you'll get it for free, and they can see you right away. Just tell them you're from Canada.
All she's got to do is drive 5 hours to me, be seen in 2 hours, and she'd be halfway back before she'd even get looked at there.
Hi, Wanda.
Hey, Wanda.
Hey, Wanda.
Yeah, isn't that what Jesse put something? Canada is a constitutional monarchy, and the monarch's role is mainly some ceremonial. So it's just like the king and queen of England and stuff. It's all ceremonial. I mean, they don't actually run the country. They're just
No,
well, they're advisors,
right, and they can
and
oversee it.
for that they hand open their hand and they get millions and millions of dollars.
yeah. People just
I just didn't know if the medical would be similar because everybody says it's
No.
free medical. No, it's different kind. Yeah, my
It,
mom.
it's all different kind, but you know, like if somebody from England was to come here, they'd get free healthcare, and if I was to go over there, I'd get free healthcare.
Well, being an American, if you go to England, you end up in the emergency room. You get free healthcare because we've tested it. Just go to Cambridge.
Yeah.
There's that. We know that one for a fact.
Mhm.
So,
feel very interesting.
yeah, super interesting.
I'll probably never take advantage of any of that, but yeah, it's very interesting because I will never be in England. I will be in Canada once, and that will be when I get off this ship in some Canadian port up there. And then let's see, yeah, that's probably the only time I'll ever be out of this country. Is on this cruise.
In a heartbeat. I don't care for London. London's a city.
Have you been there lately?
No, you haven't been there.
Have you been there lately?
The countryside. It's totally not the same.
The physical countryside's beautiful.
Right. Yeah, that's the
but
only place.
Unfortunately, it's being taken over.
I saw Parliament saying that they have to. I saw them actually talking about having to vote certain ways that they would never vote because they fear for their life if they vote another way.
Oh, that's their politics. I'd be going to visit friends. I'd go visit all friends over there.
I mean, they were literally saying they cannot vote their conscience because they would literally die if they voted the way they actually think they need to vote.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Parliament. I'm not talking about just the people out there. I'm talking about the actual.
No, I'd go because I like the friends that I've got over there, and I love the countryside. I never liked London, but I like the countryside. I love the hunting over there too. If you're a hunter, it's really neat to go out there and watch them do it. It's a beautiful sport over there.
What do you have to do to have a gun over there?
I don't know. You have to ask them. But I saw them
their police officers just got them.
Well, but I saw people out with their guns, like out in the field with all the dogs, and on the side of the road, they had their trucks with the pheasants upside down. And then we ended up getting a dog that was training for hunting.
Pointer.
That kind of reminds me of the old Monty Python show that I watched one time, which was Search for the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah, Sir Grace's favorite.
And
yeah.
And what you're describing there, what it reminds me of is the one point where they're galloping across there with their coconut shells, and they come upon those peasants out there who are picking up stuff in the mud, and they said, and whenever they asked them a few questions, and then they after they left the king or they left, they said who's that? He goes, well, it must have been a king. Why do you think it was a king? Well, he didn't have shit all over him.
I always tell people, if you've ever been in the Bass Pro or the what's the other Bass Pro and Cabela's, and you go in the bathroom in there, you see the guys and the gals all dressed up for hunting. That's what they wear, and they go out in numbers. It was neat. I enjoyed it.
But African swallows are not migratory. That's correct.
I know. We're still great.
Coconut shells.
Yeah. That movie, I'm like, whatever. If that's Sir Grace's favorite, he'd be up here doing the whole movie word for word.
We love
that and Spaceballs. I had never seen Spaceballs. I was forbidden to watch that growing up. Yes, mother, you forbid me from that one too. There's a lot of movies we laughed.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch it. I was a good
Spaceballs has to be the like all-time classic.
I was a pastor's granddaughter. And we had a certain standard being a pastor's granddaughter and everything. And there are a lot of movies we weren't allowed to watch.
Yeah.
So when Sir Grace and I got married, I'd listen to him and his brother. They just talking, just one-on-one, no TV on, no nothing. They could do the whole movie. So I knew what Spaceballs was, but before I saw the stupid thing. And then finally I sat down and watched it. I'm like, well, this is boring. I already knew what it was about. And I don't care for Spaceballs now because they could do the whole thing.
King of the Who. That is hilarious, Rochelle. Hilarious.
Yeah.
She's got it now.
To watch Spaceballs either. Mm-hmm. Same. I feel you, girl. Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies.
And I didn't think that was like a dirty movie, or it was funny.
It was boring, but yeah, it's a movie.
Well, yeah, but whenever we watched it, we were young.
Yeah. No, Sir Grace loves it. Ah,
he's coughing.
See, I'm catching
you
guys up above there. You're throwing it down here.
Get your green tea.
I knew it was going to happen if I came in here.
Green tea it out. Get your green tea.
No green tea.
I'd rather be sick for a month.
I'm having liver cleanse. I brought it up with me. Liver
cleanse. Gosh.
Yeah.
My liver cleanse is a lot better.
It's got licorice in it, peppermint, rubios, dandelion, artichoke.
Dandelion's one of the cleaners for your liver. Yep.
Skullcap, peppermint.
Skullcap. That's if you're having a shower.
No, it's a liver detox. And then
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's one word called skullcap. It's really good for you. So yeah, I'm having my liver cleanse, trying to cleanse out every area. You know, get the sickness gone.
I tell you what, I feel better since I started drinking mine. And they say you can do it up to twice a day, but some days I'll have two. Some days I'll have none. I might go 2 days without none, and then I'll have two.
Right.
I don't know.
Yourself.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy. Thank you for being here. Well, now, Dale, I'm with you, and you just missed that conversation earlier today. We had that one. I love a good
No, that's what's clogging your liver, my friend, is the good bourbon.
Oh, well, then don't come to my house because I have the good stuff. We were using it to make hot toddies for my daughter. I was telling everybody about that one because that's all I have is the good bourbon. I don't buy cheap stuff unless I'm making vanilla.
Now, one of the there's a YouTuber I ordered. I ordered. I forget the name of it, but he's been selling it for like 10 years, and he can't keep it in stock. It's that good.
Wow.
And it's a different type of tea. It's not green, so it is a homemade tea, and I'm gonna give it a shot. It's supposed to also detox your kidney and liver at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, and I think I paid $20 for it.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
No.
So Alexander said, including, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, it has side effects, but skullcap is the common name for Scullitaria, a genus of flowering plants in the mint family. It's used in traditional Chinese and Native American medicine to treat various ailments, including diarrhea and chronic pain. Skullcap is rich in nutrients, antioxidants, particularly isolin, and I can't say the other one, which have healing properties. This plant has an unusual purple flower.
You guys put on your seatbelts.
It's Josh. Oh my gosh, Josh. Hey, how are you? It's been a while.
All right, how are y'all doing?
Oh, we're
All right, buddy. How are you feeling?
All right, I guess. Still kicking.
Well, you're on the right side of the turf, so you're doing something right.
Are you sure you want to be with us? Because Scott and I are both sick.
Oh, it's all right.
We're going to be sick next. You just wait and see.
Oh, no. I would not go anywhere near Josh. And yeah.
My son's been sick for like, I don't know, a week or two. And he was real sick. And now Haley is starting to feel it. Well, I already knew better. I got some stuff in there. I got some tincture I made. And I take some, this place I shop at. It's got, I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's, you put it in your drink, you take it. I'm feeling good for right now. Knock on wood. I'm doing all right.
Good. Stay healthy.
Good
I'd
deal.
rather have that than being sick. So stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So, yeah, you see, where is it? Angie said she'd rather die of toxins than to be drinking all that crappy stuff.
No. Really good. It's got a good flavor. I mean, I think the mint makes it kind of sweet. I didn't add any honey or anything to it.
So what are you drinking? Are you drinking the tea right now, Glenda?
Yeah.
Or are you drinking the bourbon?
Well, give me a minute. I'm gonna go grab my good stuff.
There might be a little drop or two in there.
May have to go get. Well, there isn't any in there now, but maybe I should. I'm just trying to keep this family friendly.
Hey, we've only got 8 minutes, and then we're going after dark. So
okay, 8 minutes. I'm going downstairs.
Why can't it be both, Rochelle?
I plead the fifth. Alexander, I'm keeping it honest. I may have to go down there and go grab it, make me a hot toddy.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's good.
And anybody that's losing or looking at losing a little bit of weight,
yeah,
lemon, hot water, first thing in the morning for 2 hours. Don't eat anything until lunch. It falls off you. I'm down another 32 pounds.
Wow.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Well, I didn't do mine that way.
Well, I got to fit in my mankini for the trip.
Don't even say that, because that puts a vision in her head, and it's just
your poor wife.
I mean,
gonna be like,
and you're giving Tony over there ideas, and I can't.
Hey, Tony's already got his multiple colored bikinis. He's good.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait that long. I got to eat at 7. Can't go to work on an empty stomach. There you go. See,
yeah, I don't eat normally until noon, and it's the hot water.
What do your electrolytes look like?
And the lemon, poof.
Yeah, I did go seek help. I have a trainer too. I've hired one. I've been doing weight training and cutting back, and I'm down 40.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah, I've got my between my trainer and my doctor. They asked me how far I wanted to go down. I said maybe 50, and then I'll be the smallest weight. But I want to make sure I stay strong, because that's the key to this. With getting older, I don't want to easily break a hip. I want muscle strength. So we'll see what happens with the 50. Both approve of it with my weight currently, but I want to be strong. So I weight train. I do 510 pounds leg press. I'm doing deadlifts in the gym. And
next time you go to your doctor, you should ask them to do a bone scan.
I'll have her do it, but she told me I'm good so far. I just saw her.
This is actual machine that tells you your density of your bone. And it's all right if you're weight training, but if you're not building your bone strength as well.
Right.
And the only reason I know that is because that's Debbie's.
That's her field.
Well, like
Right.
she does X-ray, CT, and bone density, and she's primarily in charge of the bone density,
Sure, sure.
and she swears by it.
Angie, you're a nurse. What age do you in the United States do they do bone scans, density scans for preventative maintenance? I can't remember. There is an age limit on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have military insurance, so I have to follow what their guidelines are.
Mm,
But I go, I have a machine that we use at the gym that measures. It's like so specific. It measures how much water, muscle mass
Yeah.
in each arm,
50.
the legs.
yeah, that's the
50.
same.
Thank
That's
you.
the same as here. I just got it's 50.
Okay, so I'll be approaching that really soon. So
Yeah.
I'll be getting
And I know Debbie's booked, I think, 6 weeks out. It's quite
quite a
they just got a new machine and everything else, and a lot of doctors are swearing by it.
well, I have to do what my insurance says, so I have to wait till I hit 50, which I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. So
Yeah.
So Andy said Tony is already packed. I'm sure he's got it in he's probably got what he's going to wear in his pocket.
oh my. And it's full of pink. It's pink.
No, wasn't it blue?
No, it says pink. She wrote his bag is full of pink.
Okay.
We'll be able to point him out.
You guys are all losing weight for the trip, and I'm gaining weight.
Was
Yeah,
that
but you needed to gain some.
No, I don't know. I go back on the 25th of March, and I
yeah.
really want to see what they say. I know I've gained some weight because I'm like literally not getting any kind of physical activity. So I'm like, oh man.
Well, that means you're listening to your doctors and not doing a whole lot. You needed to just let your body heal, and
If you need to gain, that's a good thing.
the reason, or you're so busy to start off with, you're going to drop that in no time.
What I was going to say for Josh is I'm on the fat donor program. Do you need some?
No, I am.
Okay, I'm trying to find somebody.
Don't
like
think it that way.
Oh, Jesse, that's just what are you had to go there.
oh my gosh.
I can't see the chat if somebody's saying something to me.
Everybody said hello to you.
No, there's been a bunch of people say hello to you, but he said Tony's tankini is very small.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tony's reaction.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
Hey, there's Mark and Debbie.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's right, Brampton. Rochelle. Well,
I don't know if we're going to be able to sleep at night with these images. I may just have to lock myself in my room and hope they don't go out on their balconies.
Well, Sir Grace is blind. I think he's good to go.
We need to have one guinea pig walk around and check on Tony before we all leave our room.
We'll put him up for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, might be that day we get the room service.
Yeah. Well, we
try sleeping next to him, says Angie. Oh my God. Tony, I want to tell you something real quick.
Angie, you're a sucker for punishment.
I got to tell you something, Tony. They were going to try to have us do that race. The race is tomorrow. We're not going. we still got like three inches of snow on the ground out here. And it was like they wanted us to go drag racing. I was like, nah, I ain't going. Try to drag my car and that stuff down there.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Well, down there, the track is kind of clear, but I would have to pull. I've got an open trailer. I mean, I'd have to pull my car through all the salt and sand and everything else to get down there, and then park in the mud and get my car off in the mud there. And then I ain't doing all that, man.
And then try to clean off the tires, and good luck with that.
Yeah, they're going to be dragging it all up. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Okay, the pigs have a heater in their pen. Awesome, Tony. So Angie said, now you know why I got the unlimited drink package.
So, Angie, you're on the same wavelength as Debbie.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not going, Tony. I'm not going. Woman's got to do what a woman's got to do.
Yeah.
Says Rochelle.
Absolutely, Rochelle. Yeah. So, what else? What else is going on with you, Josh? I see you got your some of your starts already growing.
Yeah. I was bored. It's hard to sit around. It is not easy to not do nothing. And I did it as long as I could, and I said no more. And I waited till I wasn't in pain any longer. You know, when I started not being no pain, then I'd walk around a little bit, and then I'd get so winded. And then now it's not as bad. I do have. I'm pretty sure I've got some blood clots forming in my legs right now, and I'm on blood thinners. I'm trying to hold off until the 25th to go get more scans, but the same pains that I was having, I think I have again.
Get your butt in there.
Yeah, it's like when it gets a little bit more, you know, like a certain point, I'll know I got to go, but I couldn't take it no longer just sitting around, and so it took me like, I don't know, 2 weeks almost to clean my basement out, to get all the stuff out of there so I could have the water, you know, the moisture in the air down there, and it took a while, but I finally got it cleaned up and I got them growing. I was like, man, I got to do something around here. I am bored to death. It's just horrible.
Now, when do you guys start planting the watermelons?
So it's going to be, those go directly outside, and those come in plants. We get the plants for those, but it's going to be like it's usually around April,
okay,
like the middle of April, but it's really, we try to do it when the forecast has 14 days out of good weather. When that's in, then we take the chance. Because if we put them out too soon and it freezes, golly, that's a big loss. But,
oh no, that is not. Oh my goodness,
dropping like flies.
I know. I am so upset. That was going to be a blast.
Yep.
And they were so looking forward to it. And
yeah,
I'd be getting babysitter.
I would too.
It's going to be, on the cruise part, it's iffy right now if we're going to make it. And not really because of my health, because I can, I'm not doing nothing. I think I'm fine that part, but not being able to work for already 3 months, I have I was putting all that back up in a savings account, and it is pretty, it's looking like a desert right now. It's not too great. So I'm really counting on some good luck to come my way, I'm still holding out. I haven't give up hope yet. So,
well, you still have, a month.
Yeah.
No, 2 months. 2 months
Well, hopefully we'll get that Doge check before long.
Man, you ain't kidding. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. If we get the,
yeah.
leave it alone, baby. Yeah. If we get, don't pull that down on me. You'll pull and whack me in the head. I got my screen up behind me, my red screen.
Uh-oh, that Titus?
Theodore, the little baby. I don't have a little baby no more. He's 2 now, but he's the smallest.
Terrible twos.
I'm gonna tell you what, you ain't kidding either.
Been there, done it.
I did it last weekend. 2-year-old at testing 2.
Man, he tries it too. Right now, he just whatever he wants, he just tries it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's several people been all through the chat telling you to get checked out.
You need to get in there, and because you're starting to
Heather. Yeah,
well, see,
you may not be so lucky this time, my friend.
Well, see what it is and is why I'm waiting. One, I should not be getting a blood clot when I'm on the amount of blood thinners that I'm on. But when I got them the first time, it started out to where my calf was sore, just a little sore, and then it was like a Charlie horse. When I actually had a blood clot, it felt like I had a Charlie horse, and that went on for probably 4 or 5 days. Just I couldn't even walk. You know, just when I put pressure on that one foot, man, it hurt. And then the first day it went away. You know, it was like got better, and then where I could just barely put pressure on it, and then I walked all that day, and then the following day it was like gone, like there was no pain, nothing. Well, that night is when it actually, you know, went into through my heart into my lungs. So if I get like if I feel like a Charlie horse is coming on, I know right away. You know, I got a blood clot. Otherwise, you know, it may just be soreness because of bad flowing, or I don't know. I don't want to run back every week, you know, to get scans. For one, they're not cheap. I've got insurance and they paid for 2 of them. Well, I've had like 6 or 7, so I don't want to go back unless I actually have to go back. But March 25th, I have to go back and that's when I get the checkup, 3 months checkup.
Where's that at, Josh? Where you go?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Let me my grandma's hollering at me a minute, so let me be right back.
Okay, buddy. I'm not sure, Wanda, what they actually diagnosed for him. Yeah.
So they should be at 10. 2 old people on the couch should be at 10 killer. My granddaughter, I told her we will pick up her boyfriend and they can hang out.
That's
sweet.
Yeah. You guys gotta get yourselves a babysitter and come on with us, because it's going to be a blast.
right. I'm with Jesse on that one. Grandma's hollering at him for not going in as well.
Yeah.
Good grandma.
Yeah.
A good
yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't like to admit defeat.
Yeah.
And man, he may not be so lucky for a clot to go right through his heart into his lungs and not do any permanent damage. Is like winning the lottery 6 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that is wild.
you know, especially to come all the way back up his leg and, you know, and to come through the heart skate, you know, like, thank God he's got no artery buildup, no plaque buildup, or, you know, that would have been the end of it.
That's right, man. Josh is too young to take a chance.
Exactly. But, you know, you can see, since we're on this subject, I don't know if everybody's seen, but our friend Jody Young, I know she hasn't been around in quite a bit. She ended up in the hospital, and now she is in a rehab center to try to get her footing underneath her. She has asked, she has physically put out a GoFundMe page. By the end of it, I think she said it was going to be about $200,000. What they're charging her at the rehab center and what she had to pay out at the hospital.
Wow.
So I will try to get the, oh goodness, I will try to get the GoFundMe page and I'll put it in the description of this one here. But, you know, Jody's just a blessing to so many of us.
Yeah.
And I've been keeping track, you know, been chatting with her every couple of weeks, and she called me last week and let me know what was going on.
Back.
So, yeah, everybody's telling you to get your butt to the hospital. You're too young with a family.
Yeah.
Angie, a registered nurse. He's playing with fire.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I do get it, but like there's a time, like if I go right now too many times before I have to go, then if it's nothing now and I go 3 or 4 times now and because every time they got to do a CAT scan with
contrast.
Yeah, contrast in it. And then that's more. And then they got to do blood work at the same time. And so every time, and then when I get to a certain point, that's not gonna, they won't, I'll have to pay for it right then out of pocket. Because like right now when I go, if it's an emergency, they cannot turn me down. But if I just say, hey, I think I got some pains in my legs, they're like, well, we got to call, we got to get it verified, we got to make sure it's, you know, to go to the specialist, it was like almost a month later because they had to go through all this process to go get it approved for me to be able to have the scans that I needed to have done. So that's why, like right now, they've had a month, or they've had 3 months, but they've had time to approve to get more scans done in March. So if I go before I think it's absolutely necessary, then when I need to have the scans done, I'm not going to be able to. So it's like a double-edged sword, you know. I don't want to take a chance because I do got a family, you know, that wants me to be around. But if it's nothing right now, when I think that it might be nothing, and then I need to go back and get checked up and I can't, then where am I at? So it's just,
you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, my friend.
Right. And it's it takes a lot. You wouldn't think it would, but it takes a lot, a big toll on your mental part of just not knowing. That was the hardest part, was like, because they said if it comes out of my lungs, if the clots leave my lungs, they're going straight to my brain.
Mhm.
Now I've had many times, like, so 3 days ago, 2 days ago or something, I was like trying to help my son pick up his toys, and I was bending over, picking up a few toys, putting them in a box. And like when I raised up, I was like lightheaded. I couldn't see. I thought I didn't know what was going on, and it's stressful sometimes. You're just because I've had pains like just shoot straight to my head immediately, just so sore, and my vision will be messed up for a few days. And it's like it's not because I'm like, did it break loose? No idea. You know what? It is stressful, but
You don't have, please don't answer this question. Okay. I just want you to think about it. We can talk later, but does your hospital offer any financial assistance? Like in our area, I have a kiddo that applied for financial assistance and he got it through the hospital. So that's something, don't answer it, please. Yes or no, but just something I would be asking the hospital itself. Do they offer financial assistance? Even
yeah,
with insurance. My kiddo got it. He couldn't afford a surgery that he needed. And as a mama, it killed me. And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine that works in the same network of hospital that he was going to. And she had recommended to reach out because she knew that they had financial assistance. But I just something, you don't answer, you don't owe me an answer, you don't owe everybody an answer, just for
that's
yourself.
all right. Yeah,
That's something to look into. If you don't know the answer, I'd call at the hospital network and see if you could get some help with that because your health is important.
yeah.
It's
Well, especially with a young family, you know,
Yeah.
you just
yeah, it's
Yeah,
something to ask a question. I mean,
You know what is a hard, which I mean I understand it happens, but I went to the hospital 2 times to the doctor before this all happened. 2 different times. One time I went because I was having a lot of fluid buildup on my knees, and I went to say, I need to have this checked out. I dry a lot, and then like, oh no, it's nothing. We'll just drink water. And then I went back the second time when my calf was hurting bad, and I was concerned about a month before it happened. And I went in. I said, "Man, I got some pains now. Now it's not just fluid buildup; it's some pains in my legs." And she looked at my leg. We said we're concerned that it might be a blood clot because I do have bad veins. You can tell by looking at my legs. She looked, like glanced down at my legs, and she said, "Oh no, you don't have no blood clots. Just get some more exercise and drink plenty of water." I said, "Okay." And then, like a month later, maybe 3 weeks, something like that. Then that's I was on the road when it happened, and she said it was because she said I'm having those pains and a fluid buildup from sitting too long periods of times because I would drive 10 hours straight till I was out of fuel. Well, when I went to the specialist and he looked at my legs, he said, your problem started because you were on them too much. That's why they get the way they are right now. And so the first doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you're just sitting too much." Well, then other doctor said, "No, you stood too long." So what happened was the valves in my veins messed up from standing because 6 years I was underneath on cement working on cars. And I mean, I've been walking, doing stuff forever, but straight for the last 6 years I've been standing up. And he said that will mess up the valves in your legs because you're constantly standing. It can't pump the blood back up correctly. So then from that and then going to sitting, it just put me where I'm at right now. So
right. And I'm with Angie on that. We want you around.
yeah, exactly. And
And I
got
understand the hardness of
fantastic
you show him-
news, Lee.
Can you show
So
him the one that Angie just put up?
yeah.
The other one up above that. There you go. Truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The programs, don't be afraid. Yeah, that's what I want him to look into is reach out to it would be the finance department at the hospital. I don't know about like doctor's offices. I definitely would look into that, but I know like in our area, we have a major hospital, and they offer it. My son got it, and he had to turn in like his tax return in, and that's what it was based off of, was the tax return, and he got financial assistance. Of course, the insurance paid what they paid, but they cut the bill down quite a bit.
So I know Josh is too proud for this.
Yeah.
And he can give me heck all he wants, but pinned at the top of the chat is my buddy's PayPal.
Put it on the screen too for those who are on the TVs, because you don't see the chat when you're watching.
Once I find what I did with it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that way people on the TV can see it too.
So that there is Josh's PayPal. He's not asking for it, nor would he ever ask for it.
We're all in the same boat, I figure. I mean, I'm not the only one.
We love you, brother. We love you, brother, and we want you healthy.
Yes.
And you mean so much to a lot of us. And we're here for you.
That's right.
Well, hopefully I'll be a lot longer.
That's what we want.
Oh,
I want to be smacking watermelons with you one day.
Yeah, you got to bring a watermelon on the boat.
I'll smack watermelons.
Yeah, we can smack some watermelons on the boat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got smacked watermelons with Josh. It's all right.
I haven't done it yet. I need to go and smack some watermelons with Josh. So yeah, we need you around, because I go to Costco and I see those watermelons, and I'm telling you, you're the first person I think of every time I look at those watermelons. I'm like, I wonder if I should smack a watermelon for Josh.
Yeah, it's in August too. So if I am able to still make it, it's going to be right in the heart of watermelon season. So it ain't going to be like small one, but it's going to be the nice, big, and it's going to be the perfect watermelons.
That's what I want.
Xander, we're not, if somebody can afford to give $20, $10, $5, you know what? It's 5, 10, 15, $20 more than what Josh had.
Yeah.
And, even if we can get enough that he can scroll away an extra scan and go get himself looked at, checked out, that he doesn't have to worry about, his beautiful wife or his kitties having to do without. And, I get it, Josh. Like, it took me years to realize that my life was going to go down this direction now. Get to like it, or, like I said, I don't know if it was Thursday or not, the girls were ripping me a new one in the chat, but the man is supposed to, the way I grew up, the man was the provider. You don't,
That's what it's supposed to be, I feel.
Well, and, I'm used to lifting 500 pounds and now not lift 10 pounds.
Yeah.
When I first became disabled because of the military, I understand that frustration of I can't be the provider, but you still are the provider. You're still running your watermelon business. You're still getting up and you're still going. You still are the provider, but it's important in order for you to continue that, to take care of your health. Like when you get on an airplane, they tell you if the oxygen masks come down, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can take care of anybody else. So, I mean, it's important that you take care of you, so that way your beautiful family will have you as a provider. And as I told Sir Gracie, still is the provider. So that's just that. It's okay. But it's different. You know?
Well, and that's it. Like, thank God right now I have all my kids home.
Yeah.
So, Kyle Kyle comes with me if I have anything heavy to lift. Debbie doesn't have to do it.
Yeah.
And all that it's doing is I'm prolonging myself to stay out of a wheelchair longer.
Yeah.
Because they can only do my neck one more time.
Mm.
And I'm done.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, we get our baby to come over. He's the one that lives closest to us, and he helps us.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how we do it. But
and then you get your little baby to stay over the weekend.
My granddaughter, my 2-year-old. Oh my goodness. Little Miss Perfect. Just saying.
Got to be just like Grandma.
No, I'm Gigi.
My 2-year ain't perfect.
I don't know what you were allowed to put on here or not. I don't use proper names.
I actually asked for this name because my name is Glenda, and it really is my name. And Grandma Glenda, Gigi. So I'm Gigi. And
it's actually hilarious. My middle said to Debbie 8 months ago,
yeah,
you should be Gigi.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. No,
and then I looked at her and said, well, you best be finding somebody to make those with.
Right. Want a little pitter patter. The best feeling in the world. She came over and she jumped up in my arms and she goes, oh, gee. Oh, gee. And she just hugged me for like 5 minutes. That's the best feeling in the world. So yeah, it's okay. It's my name. I picked it. If they don't like me saying my grandma name, then my kids can just get over themselves because I picked it. So.
Linda, I don't understand.
What did Linda say?
Have it in a credit card also? I would never recommend Josh to go on the ship under a zero payment plan because he's got no way to pay it back right now until he gets better.
Right. That's the hard part is getting credit on something because I don't know if I want to be able to pay it back, and I'm not when I tell somebody, hey, I'm going to be able to, can I get something or you to get this or get that or whatever, I tell them something, that's what it is. And right now I don't have I can't tell somebody, hey, I can get this paid back this day or that day, or I don't know. I really do not know.
Right. And thank you, Miss Ann. I appreciate that. She said Gigi's awesome. I wear that with pride.
Oh, yeah, but that's, like he said, Linda, he's been three months without a job now. Nobody's going to give him a credit card.
Yeah.
Unless he's got money up front. And, well, he's not in that.
It's better not to get yourself into credit debt too. I mean, you may need to, buy something like, I don't know, a vehicle or, you know what I mean? At that point, you want your credit good. So if you know yourself, you know what you do, right, Josh? I mean,
right. Yeah.
I've been in the credit poor life of my life, and I don't recommend being credit poor.
Yeah, no.
We were very fortunate that we were able to pull ourselves out. Now we just have the house. And Debbie's car.
It took us years. We made the mistake, and Sir Grace and I were stupid with credit cards. And with the military, you can't file bankruptcy when you're on active duty. So we couldn't file bankruptcy. We had, without getting in trouble with the commander. So
really,
we pulled ourselves out. Yeah. And let me say, that is hard raising a family with that much debt. We were stupid. I don't recommend it. Don't get yourself in that way.
See, we got into so much debt. It was because of raising the kids.
Yeah.
Where we worked opposite shifts.
Right.
There's weeks that we'd pass at the front door. She'd be coming home from the hospital and I'd be going to work.
Right.
And, it was very trying on us. Yeah. But we we made it through, and
That's what I said where I'm at right now. I said,
you see,
I was on the road. First off, before I went on the road, when I was a mechanic, I was gone, and some days they were asleep before I even got home late at night. So
Right.
then I got on the road. Well, then I'm on the road, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed driving. I enjoyed going to different places. But
Oh,
I'm gone, was gone 2-3 weeks at a time sometimes, a lot of times. And
yeah,
I enjoyed it. Well, now I'm like, I get to be at home,
yeah.
but I had to change. I had to sacrifice a lot of things to be able to. So it's like, on
That's
one hand, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at God for this happening.
sure.
These things happen, but it's like I get to be home every day, wake up and be around them. And then another side of it is I've always wanted to just be able to concentrate on my garden, my vegetables, selling.
Right.
That's what I've wanted to just be able to do. Well, you know, I have to be at home now. So I'm taking this opportunity to try to get it off the ground. I
there
can't go
you
to
go.
work, can't leave. So now I'm getting the opportunity. It's like I've been given the gift to try to make that work and try to get it rolling, even though I don't have another option.
It's about finding those blessings in the hardest of times.
Right.
Amen.
And that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
He just, the good Lord threw a challenge at you, and you're making the best of it.
Yeah, very much so.
And you got to look at it this way. He gave you a miracle as well.
I know.
And
I'm
we've
not
talked about, we've talked behind the scenes about that as well. You
right.
had a miracle. You really, for that to travel where it did and not do any damage.
Exactly.
I had so one. I mean, I went to the ER in Texas, and because my insurance isn't great, like they literally, as soon as they found out what the problem was, all right, we're releasing you. I stumbled out. I got lost in the hospital. They said, all right, you can get your clothes back on, and then you're good to go. So I stumbled out, got lost. I made it out some door. I don't know where I'm at. I just looked around. I said, I've never seen this stuff. So I just walked until I noticed something familiar. Well, once I got back, the doctor here said I should never have been released. I should have been held for at least 2-3 days to make sure what was going on. Then the next day, waiting for my ride to come pick me up, Trinity and Haley's stepdad come to get me. And I was on the phone to one doctor. I was texting him, and he said, "Send me that paperwork." He said, "Because there's no way that's happened, and you're still able to message me right now." And so I sent him the paperwork from the emergency room, and he called after he got it. And we've never seen anybody survive that. He said, I couldn't believe it. And then I went to the doctor here. She said the same thing. And then I went to the specialist, and he was like, "Well, how did you figure out you had them?" And because I got blood clots in both lungs. And I told him about it, and he dropped his stuff, and he turned around and he said, "You're lucky you survived." And I said, "It's not the first time I heard it." And the problem is people do survive EEs or pulmonary embolisms, but the part where they survive is when I was woke up in the middle of the night, when it was going through my heart. If I went, that's the time people survive, because they're in that pain and they get to the emergency room right away. Well, I fought through it. I laid there 2 nights in a row. It happened. So then the next day, that was when it was like cutting off the circulation and all the oxygen to my organs. Like it was when it was cutting everything off. That was the only way I caught it. And they said at that point, nobody really, they don't survive. And so I know I'm lucky. Like I'm
You're blessed.
I'm real, a lot, and it was like I was given a chance. I was given a second chance, and I said, if he ain't done with me yet, it's
No, he ain't.
he didn't get me through that for nothing.
That's it.
Okay, I see what you're saying now, Linda. Jesse, are you still in here? Or Josh, do you have Zelle?
I don't have Zelle.
Well, so yeah, Linda, you can do it. You can do PayPal with a credit card. I would do my Zelle, but oh man, I've got to. So it goes to my Zelle. I have to send it back to the States. I have to bring it back to Canada, and yeah, it takes me like 3 days to get any kind of movement of money. Like whenever I book the train, I just use my credit card. Oh, hey, buddy, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he took off.
I was going to say that's about as long as he'll stay in one place.
Yeah.
There he is. What's going on, Titus? You being a good boy for Dad?
Right this minute. Right this minute. But yeah, I don't have Zelle. I do have I got Chime, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, but I've tried setting up Zelle and it's not worked.
Oh. Yeah. Let me see if I can get a hold of. I'm not sure where Jesse is or Miss Lisa.
Can you move your foot, Dad? It's in my face.
Sorry, bud.
Actually, no, you can't even Zelle credit cards. No.
But just as he got to
but if it's Zelle, it's bank account to bank account. So maybe that's
it's bank account.
Maybe
So
that's what she
Zelle,
wants to do. Maybe it would be better for her to do it that way.
yeah, she'd have to do it through. If you do friends and family with PayPal, Josh doesn't get charged. I think Josh might lose 1%.
care of yet another pillow. Man was practicing.
Oh, she doesn't have Zelle at all.
Okay, so yeah, your best bet, Linda.
Quite good.
I don't have Venmo or any of the rest of them. I just know that I've been very fortunate and I've never had a problem with PayPal.
Yeah, I use all of those. I don't ever have no problems with them.
Well, and I had one problem. I didn't get what I ordered from. It was a PayPal transaction, and within 24 hours, I had my money back in my account.
Wow.
So, but yet you talk to Johnny, they had horrible experience with PayPal. Hey, Johnny?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I did.
Yeah, like he had a horrible experience.
Yeah,
with
my money went. I mean, I was buying stuff in, I don't know, like 4 different countries and France and you name it, just because I tried to buy one car part because the vendor would only take PayPal. So I bought a $130 part off with PayPal, and I think I got 6 charges in like 3 different countries. And it was crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I ended up having to do all kinds of canceling, and it was a mess. And I had two tier, you had to have 2-tier security on it. And
Yes.
somebody got around that somehow, and the first thing that happened was they got a thing saying they sent me this. Well, I got some emails. Whoever did it did not change the email, so I was getting these emails that I was getting this stuff sent to me because I bought it through PayPal.
Oh,
Well, one of them had already sent the item, which was the first item that they ordered was something to test to see if the PayPal would work. It was just a cheap T-shirt from California with a rainbow or something on it, and it was extra small. and this, so whenever I finally, I caught it, and I was able to cancel all the rest of them. And then I was able to get in touch, cancel my PayPal. And then I was able to actually get in and my credit card, I had to get my credit card all changed and everything like that. But I got this shirt. The shirt came to me, right? I called the company up and I said, I don't know how. I said I tried to cancel it, and I said I'm going to tell you right now that an extra small shirt with a rainbow probably ain't going to be something I'm going to use. So I need to send this back to you guys for a refund or something. And they said, "Oh no, don't keep it. We'll just refund you." So they refunded me, and I think I got a shop rag or something out there. What am I hearing?
We're gonna say, is that one of y'all or is that on my end?
There's
Me?
an echo.
Yeah, the echo was whenever Titus had the TV on.
Oh, okay. Is it gone now? I told him to turn it down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could hear it sound like a phone ringing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's you? Oh.
I thought my alarm's been going off at the time to take my medicine, so I'm like, man, surely it ain't making that noise in the background.
Yeah.
No, I was
It was
just
I
trying to get a hold of
I like
Jesse to
extra
see
small
if they
rainbow
have.
shirts. Remember that time I wore the Josh Sherman shirt?
Your little shirt sounds. I've got one up on you. It didn't have anything to do with PayPal, but my credit card got stolen. So we went to a grocery store in Southern Indiana, and within 30 minutes of me buying groceries, I was buying wigs and booze in Chicago, Illinois. I didn't.
What?
I was buying booze and I didn't really do it. My credit card got stolen. I bought groceries. I went to this grocery store. Within 30 minutes, 2 purchases were put in for booze and wigs in Chicago, Illinois.
Booze and wigs.
I'm like, dang, I'm having a good time. I called my credit card company. I didn't know what it was bought, and they were able to track it.
Yeehaw!
I'm like, dang, I'm good. I went like a 4.5 to 5 hour drive, 30 minutes to get my booze and wigs. Party time for me.
I was gonna say, yeah. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, girl. So
I have family that went on a trip to Arkansas, and they went to a motel room. Well, they ran out to go to. It's in Hot Springs. They went down to get in the tubs or whatever it was, something. Well, she left her purse in her room. They went over there, did that, came back. They got home, and all of a sudden they started seeing all this money coming out of their account.
Oh my.
Like a lot of money, checks.
Oh,
like
no.
Now, they didn't have this much in their account, but it was hot checks.
Oh
But $300,000 was being spent. And she called. She's like, this is not me. I don't know what's going on. Something's up. Well, they tracked it. They said, yeah, they went, and these people was cashing checks left and right at grocery stores. They were going in, cashing them, just getting money, and they had them on video. All this, they were buying stuff, just racking it up. And all they remembered was the fact she left her purse in the motel room. Whoever it was cleaning at the motel got in the purse, got the information off the checks, and they said what they do is they use the routing number and that number, make checks with their name on it, whatever ID they have, a stolen ID, and then you go in there and it looks real legit.
Jeez.
And so they were racking it up, and they said they cannot close the account until it's all finished. Like they just had to just let them run all this money up, and I don't remember the exact amount, but it was a lot of money, and they had to prove, hey, I didn't write all these hot checks. But when they went back to all the stores and watched the videos and all, they found out the fact that it was somebody else. But it's that quick, and it was within a couple of weeks that much money they had withdrawn from everywhere.
That's really crazy. We pay a lot of people with checks. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Like, say I came to your fruit stand or your vegetable stand or something like that, and I wrote a check. Say you took checks, okay? So I wrote you a check or something. So they have my routing number and they have my check number right there, So if you deal with somebody that's unscrupulous or whatever, it's real easy for somebody to get your check.
It's very easy, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Because like if you hand a check, you mail checks all the time. Like you put them in for the utility bill, you throw it in the mailbox.
Yep.
It seems like it would just be so simple for somebody to snag that out of your mailbox or whatever and do all the things that you're talking about right there.
Yeah. What I did one time was I got paid. I was doing a job and I got paid. Well, instead of running to the bank and depositing the check, and I thought nothing about it. I didn't think I didn't think that this would cause a big old flag to pop up. So I checked for whatever amount was. I owed a bill. So when I went to pay the bill, I said, I'll use this check and pay the bill. So I, just like you said, I paid the bill with that number, with those numbers and that exact amount that check was wrote for. I'm going to tell you what, the police came quicker than you ever thought. And they said, whoa, what's going on here? And I said, no, wait a minute. I said, because I never even thought about it. I didn't even cross my mind what exactly was what I had done. And so I went, I showed them I had the check, I had the bill, exact information. And they said, okay, that's fine, but let's don't do that again. I said, that's fine. Like I said, I never even thought that I could have said whatever amount. That was their bank account information, and it didn't even dawn on me, at the time. But that can happen to anybody. That is giving out checks can be bad.
Yeah.
They might, I foresee a big way of, another fraudster deal if somebody get a hold of your check somehow. But
right.
There's so many. I get so many notifications that says my Netflix account's going to be canceled because of this. And the newest one is my my iCloud storage. I get this big deals about my iCloud storage is going to cancel out unless I change my payment method for my iCloud storage and stuff. And I'm like, come. And it's these weird emails, different. It's just everything's a fraud now. Everything. You can't trust anything. You cannot trust anything, especially the news.
Especially the news. Well, I got a deal. I got a notification in the mail, and it said some police department, whatever, something in Tulsa or somewhere in Oklahoma. And it said that my tag was recently ran on a stoplight pole camera in the town that I frequently go in, and said that I had ran the light or was going too fast at the light, something that could have been possible. Could have been possible. and it said I needed to pay like 100 something bucks, 200. I don't know what it was, maybe 200 and something. But whatever it was, I need to pay it, or they're gonna cancel my, whatever, revoke my license and all this stuff. So I said, well, I probably did it. So I'm not gonna be like, no, you got the wrong person. I paid it. Then I'm listening to the news a couple weeks later, right? I've already paid this bill. I'm listening to the news. It's the radio station, but it's news on there, and they're saying, yeah, the new camera that was put up. If you get something in the mail saying you owe money, that is false. It does not send people tickets. You do not pay. If it's something else if you get it. I said, you can be kidding me. I said, I done paid it. So I called him up, right? Sorry, this number has been disconnected or is no longer in service. So I said, man, so I got, but it's like, it was close. I mean, it was horrible that happened. And then when I started driving, right after I'm driving, I get back from Florida, and I get a text message about toll tag, right? You got unpaid tolls. You need to pay them.
Oh.
Well, I said, no. I said, I don't. I got a the
transponder.
Yeah, I got that thing in my car, my truck. So I'm like, I'm not paying that. It came off. I got it. I'll figure that out. Well, come to find out, that's a scam going around. They send you out all these tolls. It's a text message saying you have a toll, for whatever. You click on it, and that's where it messes you up. And I've had a couple of friends say, man, I keep on getting these tolls, and I ain't went through a toll booth in years. So then that's why I said, man, I got the same thing. So now I'm like, I'm not even paying. If it's a text, I'm not paying it.
Can I just say something? If it's state, local, or federal, when they say you owe money, it will only come to you by mail. You will not get a text message. You will not get an email.
Mm-mm.
It goes for the post office, for the tolls, Social Security. I mean, Medicare, anything. It all comes by mail. So wait for the mail before you get concerned. We had an issue with someone in my family. Got a text message saying that a package was being held at the post office.
Yeah, I got those.
And I'm so grateful the person called the postmaster instead of clicking on the link, because there's no telling what would have happened. But you will always get it by mail. Always. And if you take that in and ask them, straight to the agency. Don't call the number, go straight to the agency if you get something.
But when I got the one that said my package is being held at the post office, I knew immediately that was false because I was too broke to be having packages sent to me.
Right.
So I said, I know this ain't the case.
Yeah, they're horrible scams. And another one that's out there is somebody will call you using your bank number. They know how to take that telephone number and program it into your phone. So whenever you answer it, it'll say like Wells Fargo, right? And it shows up Wells Fargo. And then the person will answer and say, hey, we have a problem with your bank account. We need you to give us the PIN number. And so then you give them
Drops.
Oh, yeah. You give them the PIN number, and then they've accessed money into your account because they've now tapped into your account. So if you ever get a call from a bank and they're asking for your PIN number, hang up, use the number to your bank that you know to be true. Don't hit redial, hit the number to be true and call your bank directly. That actually happened with another family member, and that person lost $2,000.
Okay.
These scammers are getting really good.
Oh, they got my mother-in-law 2 weeks ago. Thank God we were able to get to her bank, get her account shut down. They never got a dime out of her, but they could have been bad. And it was a life insurance scam that they said that her husband had a life insurance that she didn't know about. And they knew Debbie's name. We lived in Ontario. So she's like, maybe Murdoch before he passed.
I came from obituary. They got the
Yeah,
information.
you just have to pay the processing fee of $300 or $400. So she's like, to get $30,000,
No, yeah,
and she wasn't going to say anything to Debbie because she knew deep down that it wasn't right.
right.
But it's that thing of free money, right? She's
Right.
82. So, and anyways, it turned out all for the best, but
Be really careful.
yeah, like, thank God she told Debbie right off the get-go.
Yeah, very much so. Real quick, Trip, I'm feeling better, but I don't have my whole voice back. But I'm better. Today's my first day. I got up and I'm moving. He knew I was down. Him and Sir Grace are really good friends. So thank you so much, Trip.
I gotta,
So we've got new members. Thanks to Drops is Karma. Joe, fix it for you.
Oh, awesome.
Shiloh Acres.
Shiloh.
Yeah, Shiloh. Avid Fisherman and Judy Collins.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute real quick and close my camera. Haley's texting me. I'm gonna try to text her back.
Sure.
But if it kicks me out, I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Oh, there is the Trip, man.
I know. Trip's right there. He's a
Yeah.
special family friend, the real deal. Love his channel.
If I have one of my mods, if you can click on Trip and share his link.
Yeah, put it in, and then I'll copy and put it in. No way, I can't do it. We got to get it into yours. You may have to copy and paste it.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I can through StreamYard. Click on it.
He's on your
channel.
He's on your channel, so
Yeah, I can't do anything. That's okay, Teresa.
oh, you know what? That's right. I would have to go into yours and share
Well, if you put it up if you can put it up on your channel and share it within your channel, I'll copy and paste
it. I
it.
have to go over to your channel. So if you were to share it,
okay,
then share.
Let's do it. Let's get it. I'm gonna hit mute so there's no feed.
Yep.
Linda, make Teresa Jukiewicz a mod.
Am I still here?
You still here?
You are still here. All right, Angie, you have a wonderful night. And Angie said, Josh, hang in there and stay strong.
Andrew, you off tomorrow? There you go. Teresa J is a mod.
Yeah. So if you drop Trips, I should be able to.
Trip is a mod.
Yeah, actually, I have him. It's probably just easier for me to search him.
Miss Ann, thank you so much. She dropped it for me. Thank you. I see that. Thank you. She's got it in the chat. Thank you so much, Miss Ann.
Keep Tony in line then.
And then let me
Tomorrow
get it
was
over.
supposed to be our day to all be together, me and Tony and Angie and Christine, but yeah, the weather's too bad up here for that stuff.
So I just want to say something real quick. Trip, we're doing what's called co-streaming. He's not done it live, YouTube live. We all need to get Trip to come and do a live one day. But this is co-streaming. And so you're on my channel, but if you look up Rambling with the Brooms, that's where the main channel's coming out of. So there are going to be people who are going to talk and we'll say hi to them, and you won't see them in the chat because they're over on Scott's channel. I'll have to explain this a little bit better to you. He's still learning about YouTube and all the cool things you can do, but he has an awesome channel and he's a Christian man and just the real deal, even in person. I can't say enough good things about Trip. He's family to us. He's a friend, but he's but we've adopted him in. So he's one of us. He's a good guy.
And there we go. I'll drop it on my side here right now.
Thank you.
So there, if you guys can go over and even if you're on Trip's side or you're on my side.
Thank you, Miss Ann, for putting Scott's channel in so that way Trip knows exactly where to go.
Perfect. So I've already got him shared out.
That helps out with links. So Trip, if you click on that link, it'll take you straight to Scott's. You can say hi to people in the chat there.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the four of us can see everybody's.
Yeah.
Because it's coming up on StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were up here, then you would be able to see everybody's discussions as well.
Yeah. Oh, he just subscribed. Awesome.
Thanks, Trip. Appreciate it.
Hey, Langley's Build a Homestead.
Yeah.
No, he shared this on his channel. Trip has MS, and every day he's defining what an overcomer is. He is such an inspiration, a man of God, and it's Trip up the mountain because he just keeps going up that mountain and keep living life and putting God first and sharing his journey.
Yep.
So yeah, very much. To see him in person, it's amazing. And then he does all these races, and that picture, if you put it back up, he's got his stakes out.
Yeah. Where? Just give me a sec.
He doesn't do just little like races. Like he does some serious ones that would kick my own hiney, and he trains for him. I know, like there was a short that he was going up and down the stairs trying to, condition himself. And then he went in Louisville. There's a place that he goes and he trains there too. And yeah, switch over, Trip. So anyhow, but just an inspiration, amazing. I think God put him in our lives for sure. And it's not by no accident.
Oh, absolutely. Sir Grace, that's Sir Grace's brother from a different mama.
Very much. Oh, he's here. He got it. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Yeah, the two of them are two peas in a pod. And I think of him like a big brother. He's a sweetheart.
Oh.
So, yay, you're here. Now everybody can say hi to Trip.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I have Josh's PayPal link pinned at the top of the page. So even if you're going to rewatch, you will be able to. And I don't want anybody to go without. It's just if you happen to have an extra $5, $10, $20,
yes,
it would really help out our brother.
Would help out. Don't send your last $5. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I will make it somehow, but I will make it.
Well, and I guess you've got looking forward. At least it looks a little brighter right now because you do have your gardens starting.
Right.
Yes, they're not going to start producing for another 4 months, but
right.
At least you got something on the horizon.
Right. If I make it, so especially watermelon season. When watermelon season comes along, that really helps out. Like I can pay all. So usually during watermelon season every year, I can get everything. I don't have to stress about nothing. I can pay things on time. They don't get cut off for late notice. So watermelon season is a good time for us. And then, like you said, now if I can just get my produce going up right now, then that's that's that much more. So that's really going to help out. So there is better days ahead. That's for sure.
And you've got, thank you, Glenda.
You're welcome.
Glenda just posted it on her page as well.
Yeah, so I can
Thank
pin it to the top line.
And, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, the good Lord is got the path already figured out. He knows where and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Final stress about it.
unfortunately, you have to let it play out. You just got to keep that little grow thing that you got going on in the basement. I got to say, your tomatoes are huge already.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna have to talk. What's the secret to having big tomatoes?
So the plants themselves, they got to have a fan blowing on them. That's the only secret.
Yeah.
You got to have a fan, and as soon as they come up, I mean, they're not. I mean, those plants, they're not even 5 inches tall. They're around 3 to 4 inches tall right now. But the key is you got to have good light. They can't be too far away. I got a really nice light in there. And it's like the sun.
Yeah.
You got to have a good light, and you got to have a fan on them. Those two things, and man, your plants will just be. I mean, they're stout. I mean, you see most plants that you see people starting, they're like a little tiny
Yeah. Literally.
plant, and they're about to fall over.
Have some
Not
water.
that great. But I put that fan on it, put that good light on it, and I mean they're very healthy plants.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's the one thing I learned was get the lighting down low, is because we don't have the high output for the LED lights. I just use shop back lights, and then I put it right up against a window so it gets extra sun. And I've just recently started using a fan. I was having problems with fungus gnats.
Mm.
And that drives me crazy because I have everything in my office actually here because it's nice and warm in this office. And so I try to get them going. And I end up always having to up pot too because mine are, they grow pretty fast. And I'll start mine for my grow zone. We start at middle of March is when we started. You don't want to do it any sooner because it's just, you'll kill them, or you're going to keep building up, and you got to have these big pots in your house. So
Right.
and I'm always upotting, and then I break the branches off, and then I'll put it further down in the ground when I pot, and then they'll be like that tall, and then trying to get that root system going.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I work on right now is I've got some, like if you've seen that video, I've got some that's like probably a foot away from the light because I want them to sprout and I want them to grow 3 to 4 inches tall. And as soon as they get 3 to 4 inches tall, I put them underneath that very high powered light. Then they don't grow any taller because the sun, it's close to them. That's what they feel. But they grow very strong plants. Then they're in like little bitty small squares right now.
Yeah.
So then I've started now. I'll take them out of there and I'll sink them down in those cups and bury those 3 to 4 inches of stem under dirt, and I'll start the whole process over again, and that starts the root. That's the main thing. You want to have a very great root system.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then when I put them outside, when it's time to do it again, I'll dig a bigger hole and then put them down in there. I love growing tomatoes from seeds, but I like listening to what other people are doing because I always like extra tips. You never know what you're going to learn from somebody.
Right.
Absolutely.
I definitely need to get a stronger light. Then I think that's a good point to have because I don't. I just have shop lights, and then I use my window that gets a lot of sun.
So you can get the lights. I think they're cheaper now, which I've had. The ones I've gotten, I've had for some time. But the little square, they're kind of rectangle, flat-looking ones.
Yeah.
I don't know the brand.
Downstairs.
But those are like, I think now I don't know, you can probably get them for maybe around $50, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. I don't know right now. I'm guessing, but they're not outrageous now. The other one, and that one's that one I'm talking about is sufficient enough. You can make that work to grow your plants good. I mean,
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Yeah. It might be getting close time to get new lights anyhow. I think mine are about like 8 or 9 years old. So it might be time to invest in that and look if they're about 50 now, because there wasn't anything quite like that when I was first starting with seeds. So
Yeah.
I need to, it's probably time for me to upgrade anyhow. That's a good point. Look into that.
I need to look. I need to reach out to that company and see maybe I can get a link for a discount code. Maybe get some to give away. I don't need none, but
Well, I would do it because it's for us. Right now, we should be starting all of our cold crops for us. So, like the broccoli, the cauliflower, that kind of thing. We should be starting right now, and then next month for my grow zone, then we start doing all the summer crops. So, if you get it, I won't be starting till next month anyhow. So let me know.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in that because I do. I mean, I do really good. But I always like to try to make things better. I know I can grow and I can learn new things and try something. You evolve as a gardener. I
Right.
definitely want to get the watermelon thing down. I mean, I think you and I need to have some conversations on the watermelon because this past year, I think I got like maybe 1 or 2 watermelon, and Josh, you'd laugh at it. Being a watermelon farmer, you'd laugh at me. I mean,
I would learn that because everybody starts. I didn't just start out being. I'm not perfect. I didn't start out being really good. I'll put it that way. I didn't start out being really good at it.
I've been trying for about 12 years and I'm not.
Night, Miss Linda.
Are you still there? Because I might need your help, but I can't figure out, like in our area, there's about a half an hour from here. It's like the best watermelons come from a certain county, and it has something to do with the volcanic ash. I thought, well, maybe if I get volcanic ash, stick it in my soil or something, But I struggle with it. I was talking to somebody locally, farmer, and I said, what is the key to this? And he said, get more flowers in your garden, like, zinnias and things for the pollinators. And so I tried
that. He's still here.
Good trip, because maybe I might get you to help me with some watermelons because you know where to pick the garden at. But I struggle with that every year, and I would love to be better at it. Trip.
So I got sometimes.
You said he's family.
He is family, and he knows where the garden's at.
So there's sometimes I gotta self-pollinate the flowers. Like mostly, it's usually on the pumpkins, because I gotta self-pollinate them because they won't. I mean, they're just. I don't know. I don't know if the bees or pollinators, whatever. I don't know if it's just a certain time that they're busy. I don't know what the deal is, but sometimes, and you can tell right away when you start getting a fruit, whether it's a watermelon or a pumpkin or whatever, if it starts to develop on the end of your flower, the base of your flower, and then in the next thing you know, a day or two later, it's dried up and died off.
Yeah,
it's not being pollinated enough. So when you see one of those, the very first time you see that, your plant has 2 flowers, a male and a female flower.
Yeah.
You just got to take a toothpick, or not a toothpick, but a Q-tip, rub it on this one over here, and rub it on this one over here, and just gently rub it all around all of them, and that's self-pollinating. And then your stuff will grow.
Now, have you ever thought about getting, since you're going to expand your produce, at least getting one hive?
Well, I had bees before.
Mm-hmm.
When the flood came, they went
bye-bye.
Sayonara. And I have hives. I think I got one complete hive to set up, but I've just got to get the bees for the hive.
Okay.
So that is the next. I'm sure they're gone by now. They're not going to hang around where there ain't no no tasty flowers or fruits, whatever, they're gonna go somewhere else. So I've probably got to purchase another hive or whatever. I gotta buy some bees from somewhere. But it does help to have those around,
That's
and
all.
you get some tasty honey out of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking that, it might be worth your while to, especially if you're going to start going up that high in your produce, you're
Right.
going to want lots of bees all over it so that it's
Right.
producing, crazy.
Right, and we also do. Whenever we plant our garden, we plant a bunch of flowers, or at least try to get a whole bunch of flowers. Like usually, the whole garden is outlined in flowers, and I'll just put all different kinds out and everywhere just to help draw pollinators in. But
Mhm.
but bees are very good to have around.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that, and then I have no problem with zucchini. I have no problem with Kajari melons is the other one that I like to grow. I didn't grow it last year. I forgot, but I like Kajari melons. I have no problems with the pollinators taking care of that. It just seems, and they're all kind of close. And I notice a lot of bee activity because of the flowers, but I just struggle with the watermelon. So maybe they just don't like my watermelons. I don't know.
It may be the soil too is a big.
I may have to test it, but
Well, you want for watermelons, you want like sand. Sand is what watermelon will love.
Really?
Watermelons are a weed over here.
Yeah, weed.
and that might be my issue because we have clay.
I'm telling you, watermelons are a weed for us. We didn't plant a watermelon one, and I bet we had 60 or 70 watermelons out here.
Mm. Yep.
And we didn't she planted them the year before.
Yeah.
And just the seeds that came from some of the ones that she planted the year before, they just took off everywhere. I mean, we had different plants popping up all over the place, and we didn't do anything to them, and they grew. We had huge watermelons. I mean, we had some watermelons that were, I mean, they were that big around. I mean, they were big, and you know what I did with them? I ate a couple of them, but most of them I fed them to the pigs when we had them, and fed them to the chickens. Chickens love them. You just kind of make you a little imperfection in the skin on them, and they will take care of the rest. Or the actual cover of the watermelon.
Yeah.
Chickens love those things.
But
you know what you might
crazy.
Yeah, what you might want to do, Glenda, is put a little bit of potash in your garden and then get some of those bags of just sand. The cheapest sand you can buy.
Do when I clean my coop out, because we get rid of all of the sand once a year out of the coop. I'll just repurpose it for that. I'll repurpose the sand and maybe mix it in with the dirt or something.
Yeah.
See if that might work.
Before you go to till it, put a good amount of sand, and even if it's just in the one row for the watermelons.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is just for the sand, put it in your watermelons because, like tomatoes, they don't like sand.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so it's like I would make a certain spot just for the watermelon patch, pile it up. You want it to be just like real thin, just a really thin, sandy type soil for the watermelons.
I got an area that I can do that with. But now let me ask a question, because I rotate crops whenever I do my garden. Like I never put my tomatoes in the same row, but we have it all set up. We have woven ground fabric and we have fences, but so I will move it. Do you think I'll have a problem not rotating the watermelons? I'm looking at expert. Yeah, I mean, because you grow them professionally. You think
Look
you'll
at there.
So
Look
on
at
our
this.
watermelons, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, no,
Buckets,
it's
and buckets.
Yeah, I mean, Trip, I'm thinking getting it out of the chicken coop next month. We'll be cleaning it out, putting it in the 5-gallon buckets, and seriously putting it out in the garden for sure. For
So
sure.
when you on the chickens, when you clean out the chicken coops and you put in the garden, try to make sure that it's really old out of the coop, or you put it in the winter before.
Yeah, this is just the sand. You can use it when I use sand as in the litter instead of using the compost. So whenever I have a 5-gallon bucket and I have a sifter, just pour it all in there and it keeps the poop up. So I won't have problems with the chicken poop. It'll just be the spent sand.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
I have other things that I do with the sand afterwards. I put it out underneath of their coop. Like they go up underneath. My girls will kick it all out. So I'll just put the old sand down there and then it keeps them happy. But I like the sand method in the coop because it doesn't get stinky. And then I'm not allergic to the pine shavings. I have some in the garage, but I'm highly allergic to it. And I tried hemp and I didn't like hemp at all. So I just went back to my sand method, and it keeps keeps the flies down in the summertime, and it keeps the smell up, but I get rid of it once a year. So I think maybe some of that, maybe a 5-gallon bucket worth, and throw it in this one area and then get it tilled in. I think that would be good. But back to the question. So I wouldn't be able to rotate it. Do you think it would be okay?
So I would put what I would do is make a long row and do half of the row like cantaloupe, half the row watermelon, and then rotate those two back and forth.
Okay, that would work. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you can also put canary melons. We do the canary melons also. Come on, man. Come on, man. So I told you, Eric, he's coming out.
I'm a grandma. It's okay.
He's starting to get tired. Titus is on.
Yeah.
He's going to be climbing trees here in no time.
Yeah, but yeah,
I am.
you're already climbing trees.
Yeah.
Are you climbing?
But yeah, so it would be
Bye, buddy.
you can put like canary melons, cantaloupe, watermelon. Just don't put the exact same thing in that exact spot every year.
Okay, so rotate those two out then.
Yeah, that because what we do is like on the fields, we have different fields, and then like this year, the yellow watermelon's here. Well, next year we're gonna put it over in the other field. We're gonna put these cantaloupe over here. We just go back and forth.
That would work really well for me because that patch that I've got, I could cut it in half and then, yeah, it would work. And Trip, I'm talking about at the front of the garden. So that way he knows where I'm talking at yeah, I'm thinking at the front of the garden, like against the road. That'd be a good spot to put it. So I think we got a plan. That'll help me out because I like to rotate it. And that way kind of keeps the pest pressure down. And I don't like to spray any of my vegetables with anything. I like to leave it as natural as possible. I mean, it's up against a cornfield and a soy field. This year it's going to be soy. So, I mean, there's chemicals that get into the ground. I just live with it. But I personally try to leave it as natural as possible. So I do the rotation. That's what I do.
Right.
So, yeah, thank you so much. And I'm going to give that a shot and see. And then on the cruise, then I'm going to be smacking my watermelon. Like, Josh, look, I'm smacking my watermelon.
A good tasting one.
A good tasting one. Give me sand.
Yeah. So actually, I just noticed we're way over time tonight.
You just noticed that?
No, I kind of saw it. I saw 9:30 go. Brrr.
Yeah. 3 hours in almost.
Yeah, and that's what Joe said. More sand is better, yes.
So I probably have, to come out of the coop, I have about 100 pounds of sand. No, wait a minute, 50 bags. No, I probably have about 200 pounds of sand to come out of the coop. I think we'll have plenty. We'll just use what I got.
I will I'll make a video on. I'll show my sand. I'll show how much sand is that they grow in, like the best soil.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's the best out of every option there is, but I just know we grow a lot of good watermelon, and a lot of people like it.
Trip, his watermelons are sold nationwide. And we had a conversation about the sticker. Like if you find stickers, I remember that.
Yep, if you find those stickers that come out of there.
Yeah.
Now, and once they leave us, we don't know how long they sat in the truck. We don't know how long they didn't get sold. We can't guarantee them. I just know when we spank them, my golly, you're going to enjoy it.
That's it. That's it. And everybody says they're the best. They come from your garden. So I've got to learn from the expert.
What? You guys usually plant over 100,000, don't you?
Oh yeah, the first batch. It was I forget now. I think the first round is like 160,000 plants, and then we'll wait 2 to 3 weeks after that and plant another the same amount because we want to be able to have them all the way.
Season. Okay. Yeah.
The plants will they don't just produce until the weather turns bad. Like they got a lifespan on them when they start. They do start dying off.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens because this girl needs some help with that one, and I'd love to have some watermelons.
Yeah. Anyways, well, you four, or I guess you three. I'm the fourth.
You are the fourth.
Sit tight. We'll chat. We'll say goodbye to everybody. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Yes. And
Johnny's saying peace out. And thank you, Drops, for dropping the 5 memberships. Much appreciated.
Yes.
And we will see you all tomorrow afternoon. Glenda goes at 3:45.
4:45.
Well, 3:45 Central, right?
Right. You and I are on Eastern. 4:45.
I know. Okay, so let's just talk Eastern. 4:45, and Jesse and Lisa, they come on at 6.
That's it. Eastern Standard Time.
Exactly. Night all.